Hello, dear children. Hope you are at the best of your health. I am Praveen, mathematical tutor and Sadhana tutor. I am here in front of you to share my views and also to help you in understanding mathematics of 10th standard in a better way. I welcome you to this Sadhana channel and also the Ganita Sampada channel, wherein we will be helping you to understand and perform better in your math examinations. Till now, we have covered three parts of this arithmetic progression, and I welcome you again for the fourth part. Now, let us see whatever we have already discussed, and let us take a thorough look on the problems of the 10th standard mathematics textbook. Hope you are ready. Once you are ready with your pen, pencil, book, and also the textbook, we shall start the video. Dear children, I welcome you again for this video, and to recap whatever we have studied in the last video, let us take a close look at that. We discussed about the arithmetic progression, the examples of arithmetic progressions, and the formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1 times d. And also we try to solve problems which demanded the value of a, an, n and also d. We were able to find out the variables which are trapped in the problem, and we could able to solve the linear simultaneous equations in order to determine the values of a and d. Now let us move further. As you already know that an arithmetic progression is something like a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, so on up to a plus n minus 1 times d. Now what happens if I add all the terms? What happens to this arithmetic progression when I add all of them? So what is that I will be getting? I will be getting a plus d plus a plus 2d plus a plus 3d plus so on a plus n minus 1 times d. If I ask you a question like, how if you are adding all the terms of the AP, is it necessary that every time we need to add every number? Is it necessary that we need to write all the terms every time and keep them adding? Will there be a shortcut for this? And do you know what is the shortcut in mathematics? In mathematics, the shortcut for the big procedure is the formula. We need to determine a formula which helps in finding the sum of all the terms of the given AP. Now let's try to do what is this formula. We know that a plus d plus a plus 2d up to a plus n minus 1 times d. And what would be the previous term of a plus n minus 1? Of course, it is a plus n minus 2d. And I write this as S1. The same S1, I write it, but in a different order. I start with a plus n minus 1 times d, a plus n minus 2 times d, so on, a plus 2d, a plus d plus a. I add them. If I add them, I get S1 plus S1, which is equal to, look at the terms, I need to add a and a plus n minus 1 into d. I'll add them. I have a plus n minus 1 times d. This is the first pair. Look at the first pair. This is the first pair. Now let me take up the second pair. The second pair is here. I will be adding plus a plus d plus a plus n minus 2 times d. Similarly, I will be adding all the terms, and again I will be ending up with the last term here and the last term here. A plus n minus 1 times d. The same way, this is 2s1 is equal to a plus a, 2a plus n minus 1 into d plus a plus a, 2a plus n minus 2 times plus 1. Again n minus 1 into d. Up to this is again 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So how many such terms am I getting? Take a close look. This is one term, this is one term, so on, and the other term. Of course, I started considering the first AP with n terms. So I should be able to get n such terms, So 2s1 is equal to, I'll write it as sn, 2sn is equal to n times, right, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if I take Sn, then n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So this is the formula. This is the formula to determine the sum of arithmetic progressions up to n terms. The formula to determine sum of n terms of AP. Let me tell you about a very important story in mathematics. That's about the Carl Friedrich Gauss method. So once in a fifth class transactions, a teacher was sitting in the class and he asked the students to write something. But the teacher wanted to make the students sit quiet for few minutes. What he did was, he asked all the students to write the sum of numbers from 1 to 100. And the teacher's intention was to make the students busy for 50 to 20 minutes so that he can look into his own work. And he never thought that anybody would come before 10-15 minutes. But for his astonishment, Friedrich Gauss, he stood up and he gave the answer from 1 to 10, the sum as 5050. And it was really a shock for the teacher. And he asked the student, Gauss, how did you arrive at that? And do you know the answer for that? This was the method in which he arrived at it. This story has been given in your textbook. Please do read this story and take the mathematical enjoyment. See, the entire mathematics rests on two different ideas. Number one, the way you look at the logic, and number two, the way you look at the pattern. Once you understand the pattern, then the 50% of the job is over. And once you understand the logic, the other 50% of the problem is over. So, every time when you look at a new problem of mathematics, try to understand it with its logic and also the pattern. And here in this case, Friedrich Gauss came out with a pattern and he evolved a new structure altogether for the AP. Therefore, let me take up few problems for understanding. See here, in this, we have in the exercise 1.3 in the class 10 from the question 1, find the sum of the following APs 2, 7, 12 up to 10 terms. Let me take up this problem and find a solution for you. So here the AP is 2, 7, 12 up to 10 terms. It's clearly given A is equal to 2 and D is equal to 7 minus 2, which is equal to 5, and N is equal to 10. We need to determine the sum. Therefore, it is Sn or S10 is equal to what? Okay, the formula we have Sn is equal to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times b. So S10 is equal to, substitute the value for 10, for n as 10, 2 times 2 plus 10 minus 1 times d, that is 5. So it is 2 1s are, 2 5s are 5 times 4 plus 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 5s are. So this is 5 plus 9 5s are 45, 45 plus 4, 49. So what is the final answer? Yes, 10. So I'll write it here. S10 is equal to 45. It is 245. So this is how you make the best use of the formula and you arrive at the solution. Now let us take up the second one. Minus 37, minus 33 up to 12 terms. Minus 37, minus 33 up to 12 terms. Minus 29. Okay, look at the values here. We have A is equal to minus 37, D is equal to minus 33 minus minus 37, minus 33 plus 37, which is equal to 4. And then we have the value of n as 12. So Sn is equal to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. We want S12. S12 is equal to 12 by 2, 2 into minus 37 plus 12 minus 1 into 4. So this is 6 times minus 74 plus 11 into 4. This is 6 into minus 74 plus 44. So this is 6 into minus 74 plus 44, it is minus 30. So it is minus 30 into 6, it is minus 180. The sum of the given terms of the AP will give you minus 180. Dear students, hope you have understood how to use a formula and how to substitute the values and finally to simplify to arrive at the solution. Now let us take up a new problem. Find the sum of the given below. Here it's given, the first one 7 plus 10 and half plus 14 plus 84. What does this 84 mean? Is it that we need to take 84 terms? No. This is not the correct perspective. The last term is given as 84. We need to determine the rank of this last term. We need to determine the number on which the 84 is sitting in the AP. Only then we can determine the sum. Alright, so we have A is equal to 7, D is 10 and half, that is 21 by 2, minus 7. What do we get? This as 21 minus 14 by 2, that is 7 by 2. This is the value of D. Here we have AN is equal to 84. Then we need to find the value of N. First we need to find the value of N. How do you find the value of N? You have AN, A, D. Therefore, we need to use AN formula. AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 times D. AN is 84 is equal to A is 7 plus N minus 1. N minus 1 times 7 by 2. We have 84 minus 7 is equal to 7 times N minus 1 by 2. So I'll write it again. 84 minus 7 is equal to 7 times N minus 1 by 2, which again implies 77 is equal to 7 times N minus 1 by 2. 7 ones are 7 11s are. So which implies 11 is equal to N minus 1 by 2, or cross multiply it. N minus 1 is equal to 11 into 2, that is 22, or N is equal to 22 plus 1, N is equal to 23. So this is an intermediate result. This is not the final solution, as you know. We need to find out, we need to determine the Sn value. So Sn is equal to N by 2 times 2A plus N minus 1 times D. S23 is equal to 23 by 2 into 2 times A. What is A? A is 7 plus 23 minus 1 into D is 7 by 2. Correct? So S23 is equal to 23 by 2 into 14 plus 22 into 7 by 2. So this is 23 by 2 into 14 plus 11, 11 sevens are 77. So this is 23 by 2 into 77 plus 4, 81 plus 10, 91. So this is the final answer. You can just multiply it and divide by 2, and you can also keep the answer as it is. So dear children, try to have a thorough look at the problem and keep an eye on what is to be found out. Okay, so don't get confused with 84 being written as the 84th term. Actually, 84 is the 23rd term in the present problem. So, in the same way, you can determine 34, 32 and 30. Here, the value of D is minus 2. A word of caution for the children. You children will always be under the impression that D should always be positive or a natural number. It's not so in all the cases. D or N or A, it's always a rational number. It can be a fraction, it can be an integer, a positive integer or a negative integer, and you have to consider all the values for the A, D, N and AN. Okay, therefore, don't be under the impression that it should always be a positive integer. Whereas N is always a natural number. Only for N it applies, not for the other three values. Now, let's move on to the next problem. In a given AP, we need to determine the AP where A is equal to 5, D is equal to 3 and AN is equal to 50. So how do you find N and how do you find Sn? So it's already given that AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 times D. Now let us use the values. An is 50 is equal to A is 5 plus we need to find the n value, n minus 1 times 3. 50 is equal to 5 plus 3n minus 3, or 5 minus 3 is 2 plus 3n, which implies 2 plus 3n is equal to 50, or 3n is equal to 50 minus 2, that is 48, or n is equal to 48 by 3 or 16. So the value of n we have as 16. Now let us find Sn. Sn, let me take it in the next page. Sn is equal to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. S16 is equal to 16 by 2 times a, where a is 5, d is 3. A is 5 plus 16 minus 1 into 3. This is 8 times 10 plus 15 into 3. So this is 8 times 10 plus 45. Again, this is 8 into 55. So this is 440. So this is how your problem representation should be. Let me tell you what is so important about the problems in arithmetic progression chapter. See, only a few chapters out of 15 chapters in your textbook has the capacity to frame application questions. And arithmetic progression chapter is one of the few chapters wherein you can easily frame the application questions for 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 marks. Suppose this question has been given for the 4 marks, let us say, then how do we distribute the marks for this? We need to find n and Sn, right? So this formula will carry half mark, and this is these two steps will carry half mark, and these two steps will carry half mark, and again here this step will carry half mark, the substitution will carry half mark, and the final will carry half mark. Totally it's a 3 marks question. So even though if you don't know the method of solving a problem, a simple writing the formula will yield you half plus half 1 marks. Therefore, don't leave a blank space for any question in your question paper. Write anything that you know about it. If you feel that this question has come from the arithmetic progression chapter, then write the concerned formula in the space so that you always end up with half or 1 marks as a bonus marks. Dear children, now let's move on to the next problem. Given A3 is equal to minus 15, S10 is equal to 125, find D and A10. So A3 is given minus 15, S10 is given 125, you need to find the value of D. So how do you find the value of D? S10 is given and A3 is given. When A3 is given, we can visualize A3 as A plus 2D, which is equal to minus 15. Now, let us see what is S10. S10 is equal to 10 by 2 times 2A plus 10 minus 1 into D. So S10 is 125 is equal to 10 by 2 into 2A plus 9D. Again, we have cross multiply this by 10 is equal to 2A plus 9D, or 2A plus 9D is equal to 25 on cancelling these 10 times. On cancelling this 25 times, we get these two equations. We have a plus 2d is equal to minus 15 and 2a plus 9d is equal to 25. Let me solve by substitution. 2a plus 9d is equal to 25. We have a is equal to 2d minus 15, correct? 2 times a can be written as a is equal to minus 15 minus 2d. Let me rewrite this. Minus 15 minus 2d plus 9d is equal to 25. Minus 30 minus 4d plus 9d is equal to 25. Minus 30 plus 5d is equal to 25. 5d is equal to 25 plus 30, that is 55, which implies d is equal to 55 by 11, which is 55 by 5, which is undoubtedly 11. So what to determine again? We need to determine the A10. So in order to find the A10, you should know the value of A, right? So what is this? A is equal to minus 15 minus 2d. A is equal to minus 15 minus 2 times 11. A is equal to minus 15 minus 22. Therefore, A is equal to minus 37. We have got the value of A, we have got the value of B. Find the value of A10. So what will be A10? A10 will be equal to A plus 9D. A is minus 37 plus 9 times 11. Minus 37 plus 99. That would be 62. So the value of A10 is 62. We have similar problems given in your textbook. Dear children, this is what I wanted to share with you regarding the arithmetic series problems and the applications of formula in the particular chapter. Hope you understood the problem and you have also noted down the solutions in your book. If at all you have any problems, any queries, any questions, feel free to give us your feedback in sp.kolar@gmail.com. Have a nice time. Catch you in the next video.